Yo everybody, this is Dennis. How's everybody doing? I just wanted to show everybody we've got this book here, The Prophet. I read something in it. You know, I'm not supporting or not supporting this book. I just read a couple pages in it about child rearing. And let me tell you something, everybody. This book says that your children are, it's like this amazing statue standing there, and it's a bow and arrow. And the children are the arrow. And you're the parent, or the bow. You're the bow. Now, what does that mean that you're the bow? That means that whenever you pull that string back and you let that string go, the arrow leaves. That's your children coming out of the womb. And they say from that point on, influence them as little as possible. Now, let's look at that for a second and see what the King James Bible says about that. The King James Bible says that the sins will visit the sons of the father for 7 generations. Why? Because the fathers are influencing the children. The fathers are influencing the sins that they live. Now let's look at the Bible, what the word sin means. Everybody Google this, look this up. Sin is an archery term, and it means missing the mark. It means missing the mark. What's the mark? The mark is, give me 3 hours of your time, and we'll draw a poster board, and everything on that poster board would be your mark. Every bit of information opposite of that poster board would be it's missing the mark. It would take your attention, your magnetic force, your desire, and it puts it on whatever it is opposite that's on your vision board, your mind map, your creative poster board that you have hanging in your house. Now, why would you do that? Because it's a sin not to. It's a sin not to. We already got a video that tells you to use your walls as your vision board. That's what I'm just trying to say to you, you know. So when this book talks, the prophet talks about the children and influence them as little as possible. Well, do you want to influence them in how to work? Are you living the lifestyle that you want to live? Do you want to influence them on how to do financing? Do you want your kids at 15 to generate more income than you? Do you want your kids at 25 to generate 100 times more income than you? That's right. Now, what about this? What about your nutritional expression? Do you want your kids to follow the way you eat? There's a way to eat on earth that you could live to be 150. You know, it's not all the processed and the sugars and the things like that. When it talks about in the book, The Prophet, that the bow and arrow and the children are the arrow and influence them as little as possible, the idea is that we put our children in nurturing environments. And that's one of the most powerful things about the organic school. The organic school allows the right and left hemisphere of the child's brain to stay active the entire time that they're at the school, because there's no testing, there's no homework. The child doesn't fear anything. He doesn't feel failure. In kindergarten, you can fail kindergarten or first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade, ninth grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. You can fail all those grades if they answer one question: did Christopher Columbus discover America? Hell no, Christopher Columbus didn't discover America. But if you put no on there, you failed that test. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And it causes a right or left hemisphere activity rather than right and left hemisphere activity. So the child is no longer a whole brain thinker. The child is dormant, really. Even the ones that succeed, even the valedictorians, they are literally only tapping in to a fraction because they fear that next test. They fear whether they're going to be valedictorian or not. And I don't mean fear like, oh, you know, somebody thinks a lion comes up and starts chasing you and you take off running. That's fear. That's not fear. That's wisdom. That's smart. That's wisdom. That's great. Fear, the Bible says fear is the only thing to fear. Fear itself. Why? Because fear is only a mind construction. It's only a thought pattern that releases one of the 21 polypeptides. Maybe there's 26 now. We just created 5 more. Releasing a polypeptide known as fear. And it's an illusion. It's real, but it's an illusion. It's a mental illusion. One of the best ways I heard it is that it's the fake matrix. It's all thought. Open your eyes, look around you, look at your environment. That's the natural matrix. That's the nature matrix. That's the real matrix. That one vibrates at roughly 60 hertz. The thought matrix vibrates at the 21 polypeptides. Did you know your cell phone, the one I'm holding right now taking this video, can I show you the cell phone? Can I show you the cell phone? No. No, I tried to show you the cell phone right then, and no matter how I turn the camera, it's not going to show you the cell phone. And one of the things that we want you guys to know is you go through this and you pick up books like this and you study the Bible and you cross-reference all these things. One thing is this, that your body is your vehicle. Your body is what you have. Did they teach you how to operate your body? Did they teach you logic and natural science, how the brain works? Did they teach you the fuels that you're supposed to put into the body and the books that you're supposed to read in order to create the reality so that the fathers, the sins of those fathers don't just visit for 7 generations? Well, no. And if they did, well, damn, show me where you went to school. Show me where you grew up. We're going to amplify that. There's only 7 billion people on Earth. You know what? I fed millions of people. I purchased $1 million worth of mozzarella cheese from one company just to feed a few people. It's easy to feed 7 billion people. Easy, simple, easy to feed 7 billion people. Easy, simple, easy. Easy, simple. Simple, easy, 7 billion people. Simple. It's simple. It is very simple to feed 7 billion people. 7 billion people is only a handful of people. We're going to 100 billion sustainably. With loving kindness, this is Dennis from Finding Fairhope.